Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So today's match for you is our finals, our undefeateds of our locals from last week. This is against Beelstar versus my Jellymon deck that we saw earlier this week from round one. We made it to the finals of undefeated with Jellymon. Just fun deck. I don't know what else to say. It's a great matchup here. The end does cut off like the final like literally 15 seconds of the game, so I'll go ahead and explain it once it gets to that point. So just kind of keep that in mind, and then we'll take a look at these decks. Also, don't forget our new memory marker that we've got coming out for the month of September is going to be Tokomon. Very cute, quaint little memory marker. Really great for any kind of Patamon fans. Just in general, super, super cute. Made out of clay, hand painted as well, all by my wife. Very, very fantastic memory marker. Very, very cute. Love me a little bit of Tokomon there. You can find that on our Etsy page, link in the description below. Also there you can find all of our previous memory markers that we've featured on the channel, as well as some of our Battle Ready Inc. merch. Alright, so as always, we've got this sped up a little bit just to kind of crank through it a little bit quicker than you would normally see a gameplay. We do both play fairly quickly, though, when we actually know what we're doing. So at some points it'll get a little bit quick there. So we see the Jellymon going into the Caesarmon, so already has that jamming, so no need really for the Tamer here. We see the Gazimon coming down in the back, and then hard playing the Eismon there. Immediately hits into the Fly Bullet, really unfortunate. Jamming does not matter when you run into a bunch of options. We see the Davis come down and completely whiffs two Tamers to the bottom, as well as a Cocytus Breath. We're going to see that Gazimon X coming down, so it's going to mill 3. Very unfortunate mills for that Gazimon here. Does have enough memory to go into the Dobermon, though, before it swings, and then swings in with both. Neither dying, does hit into the Tamer, the promo Tamer, and then just passes turn. They've already got the memory fixer, or I've already got the memory fixer, so really no need to overextend here. So we're going to see that Jellymon coming down in the raising area, and then Caesarmon once again coming down on top of that Jellymon. Even though we've got the promo that gives jamming to anything with Jellymon inheritable, kind of screams that there isn't a better level 4. Any of our multi-attack ones like the Tesla or the Veedramon that can attack twice. Going to the Caesarmon kind of just like foreshadows that a little bit here. And then just playing the Madoki here to pass turn, not the best. Hits into the Tesla there that we were looking for with the Scatter Mode. Scatter Mode is going to get that draw 3 trash 2. And then the Dobermon swinging in, just hitting into a Jelly, so not going to die off of that. Looks like they're just going to hard play a Dobermon to pass turn. So 2 on field, 1 in raising, only 1 security left. At 3 memory here, got 4 security to crank through. Not exactly an ideal moment. Got lots to think over. You could play something like the option card to give security attack +1, but even still, that's 4 security you got to crank through. Not a whole lot here. So just maybe try to clear bodies off the field to last 1 more turn. Just clear out that Dobermon there. No crazy mills again, though. Just going to grab that Gazi X from the trash off the Dobermon. And I guess the only other thing really that the blue deck can do is like another Cocytus Breath and Cocytus the Dobermon back to hand in this situation to like try to outlast another turn. Go ahead and get a security check though before you do while you can. And there it is. There's the Cocytus. Bounce it to hand and pray at this point. We're going to see that Gazi X coming down again. Going to mill. Does hit into a Fly Bullet though, so a little bit of extra help for that Beelstar package here. Going to see a Dobermon now. Going to swing in, hits into the Veedramon, so we'll get the draw 1, trash 1 from the Demi, and another mill 3 off the Dober, hits into a Fly Bullet, picks up the Death X. Very interesting choice. It is a 9 play cost in this moment, and that was counted out way too fast here. Going to play the Beelstar, going to just Fly Bullet the last hope on the field. So did manage to get themselves 1 more turn, but not really going to be able to capitalize on it with nothing in raising area ready to get promoted up this turn. Yeah, there's not really much hope here, and there's no recovery in the deck or anything like that. At most, you can maybe bounce the Beelstar to hand, but they're just going to play it again, probably do something like, I don't know, Nailbone, a promote on field and swing immediately. So we're going to see that Digimon now coming down. Draw them a card. Draw me a card. And, yeah. So it looks like Beelstar will take game 1 there. Just very, very solid stuff. Hitting into those option cards early on against jamming. Jamming just, does nothing against option cards. Really needs something like maybe a delicate plan, potentially. Looks like Beelstar's turn to brick, though. Ian Mako being hard played. No rookie. No Eismon hard play. Yikes. Very, very scary here. Looks like Jellymon might be breaking just as bad. Not even reaching for the babies to hatch. Being put at 4 memory. A lot of memory to work with, so maybe just trying to figure out. Plays the Hammer Spark, because 4 wasn't enough. And then plays out the Caesarmon and the Tamer here. Here we do see that Demi get flipped. Still does not matter, though. Passes turn again. Ouch. Oof. See that hand there. All options. A couple of the... what is it? Calling from Darkness there. Yeah, not a good hand. Not a good hand to have in this situation at all. So definitely time for Jellymon to take control of this. Looks like they're breaking just as bad, though. No rookies, just hard dropping the more expensive hard plays of the deck. We see the Digimon and the Caesarmon. They're going to get that calling, going to grab the Vial, and just hard play the Vial for 5. Yikes. With all those multi-attackers coming in, yeah, definitely need to do something there. We're going to see that Digimon swing, unsuspend, hits into the nail bone, but there was nothing there. And then deciding not to block, I guess hoping that the Digimon was just going to die without jamming. Does decide to block the jamming, though. Just go for that trade, because you got to clear it off, unfortunately. And then hard playing the Psychmon there. Psychmon being the worst thing a Beelstarmon player could see, even though they've basically had nothing here to really help them out. Swings in with the Gabu, ouch, just the oof, and then having to calling that, ouch, oh goodness, such brutal plays here. Definitely breaking really, really bad on this one. So is Tesla here, just having to hard play a lot of stuff, and just gonna hard play the Gabu and then just scoop it up with all that. Okay, so going on to game 3 now. So that was a brutal game of bricking there for both players, but at least Jelly was able to put a couple bodies on field and just kind of slowly work their way through it, whereas Beelstar could not. Ooh, we see a fantastic opening from Jelly, though. We're going to see the Jellymon and the Kirishiro right off the bat here. Not a bad opening from Beelstar either, though. See that Gabumon and the Ian Mako choking the opponent back to 1. Because that Kirishiro is the non-memory fixer here. Going to see that Davis come down, though. Going to pick up the Cerberusmon. Spicy tech coming in. And see that Dobermon swinging in here. Just hits into an ice wall, though. Has to pass turn. Davis puts him at 3. Fantastic place to be in for sure in this situation. So easily can go into any of your multi-attacker level 4s. Whether that be Tesla or Digimon in this situation. You've got the memory for it. Oof. That's super sad, though. Goes into the Caesarmon and just hits into the Duo Tamer. Ouch. It feels so bad. I wasn't watching to see if they got the draw off the Jellymon or not, though, for having the Kirishiro in play. And then just evoing into the Cerberus to pass turn. Very, very interesting choice. I don't even remember what I was thinking in that situation. So Dobermon going to swing in here, going to die to the Lobomon. So we're going to get the draws from the Demi and the Gabus there with the discards, and then the Mill 3 off the Dober, and then picking up the Death X. Very interesting choice here. Death X is pretty scary in this situation, but do you really want to use that just on a Cerberusmon for, an 11 play cost? Golly, that's a lot to deal with. And so see that Gazi X doing some more mills for 0 Evo, really, really nice. And debating if they want to, how bad that Cerberusmon's looking there. And just going to let the Cerberusmon go here. So Evo's into some Eismon, a Scatter Mode, and a Dobermon in the back. So going to have a really nice turn next round. See that Jellymon getting Evo'd in the back there. So again, setting up for some really nice Kirishiro plays in the future after this turn. So it's got the Cerberusmon to really kind of take advantage of. Now that's a lot of discards though. So going to go ahead and give it jamming off the Jellymon, or for the Kirishiro having the Jellymon. Draws for the Jellymon, which is super important. We're going to see the discard 3 here. Davis, a Veedramon, and another Kirishiro here, because you only really need one. And which will allow the unsuspend. You have to do that before the security check, though, so that's one of the scarier parts. At least Tesla is after the security check, so you know if you hit to an option or not, and it's only 2 cards rather than 3. Cerberusmon, very, very costly card, but the fact that you can do it twice, you can unsuspend twice, is extremely, extremely powerful. Am looking forward to the level 5 Jellymon, though, to replace the Cerberusmon. Come next set, essentially does the same thing, just about, but a little bit more efficiently. So swings again with the Cerberus, does not choose to activate the effect, though, doesn't have enough, and hard plays the Psychmon. What a tech! The Psychmon gonna put in some work this format. So that means no Death X in this situation, knowing that the Death X was added. It swings in, he just hits into a Jelly, nothing too formidable there. Going to Iron Mako there, and just hit Vilemon. Does hit into a Veedramon this time with that Dober. Gonna mill 3, not too bad of mills there, although I believe that's maybe 3 Beelstars in trash at this point. And Dobermon gonna add out that Gazi. Looks like a big debate here. Pays the full 12 for Beelstar here. Gonna Gvolt Schwarmer and clear the board of everything except for the Beelstar. Yikes, gonna get the draws off of the Eismon. So was very expensive, but also got a really nice board clear. And unfortunately, that's literally where my camera died. But I'll go ahead and show you what we have here. So at the end of that, there was, they cleared the board, Eismon goes. Only thing left is the Beelstar. There's 2 security left for Beelstar. So what happened next was Tesla, he gave us so much memory. Tesla promotes, swings twice at this point, clears security, and it was hybrid for game, but I think we had a Davis. We had to play a second Davis to dig for the hybrid, but they gave us so much memory that even with the Davis, we were still able to dig into that hybrid and go hybrid for game on top of the other Davis that's already on field. So was actually a super, super close game there. Literally came down to have to win this turn and pray that that first option doesn't kill the Tesla. If the Tesla dies on the first security check, you know, that's it, game over. But managed to survive and then swung and cleared the security and then hybrid for game there. So crazy, crazy close game. A lot of fun. These surprisingly very good matchup. Lots of options to clear out all the jamming that swings in, and both decks are just so aggro with very little really defensive, and it's just Jelly can hit the gas so hard, and even if they lose some, you know, a couple things to security, it's not the worst, because most of the time you're just losing level 4s, and when you're swinging multiple times with just a level 4, a single level 4 that can swing, you know, twice, yeah, it's very, very scary. Now, as far as their deck, I was not able to get it, a picture of it before this, but most of it is the regular Beelstar package that we've come to know. You got the Eismon, the Dobermons in there, a couple Vilemons, the promotes, because promotes is usually how you win. We saw the Gazi package, you know, the regular Gazi, the Gazi X, and the Gabumon, all super standard stuff. The only like spicy little tech bits that they have in there, you notice they have the blue and green duo tamer on field. That is because they were playing the Terrors cluster, because Terror clusters, the green option can bottom deck suspended Digimon. So against decks like Alphamon, if they've got Breath of the Gods, you know, you need to be able to dodge Breath of the Gods. And so while Kikaitis was good for Alphamon, Terror Clusters was a little bit better for Alphamon, because then you could just bottom deck it, and it was so much better because it can dodge multiple things, and I see the value there. I think Kikaitis, though, just being an all-arounder is a little bit better, though. Terror's Cluster also works on Grandis as well, being able to bottom deck that, but I feel like Kikaitis just works against everything, and that's my personal take, is to go with the Kikaitis instead, and that's just kind of how I play the Beelstar deck. But I have seen the Terrace Cluster put in some work, though, that's for sure. We did some test games today, the same match here, and the bottom decking of my jamming that could swing multiple times is super, super brutal, especially the Tesla, because the Tesla doesn't unsuspend until after the security check. And just like the earlier video this week, just here's my my deck again for the Jellymon. What I've got so far, 4 Cerberusmons feels a little bit much. I am thinking of cutting those down by 2 and just going 2 and 2 with the werewolf mode for you know, another game stealing thing. The Cocytus is in here to deal with stuff like Black War Greymon that has the blocker inheritable that allows it to block twice because it's going to delete something, then unsuspend and block again. So being able to just Cocytus the Black War Greymon back to hand, make them rebuild, hopefully not have the blocker inheritable on the second stack that they build. The offensive plug-in is great on those turns when you can go multiple swings. So you promote up the Jelly, go, you know, offensive plug-in, swing twice with that. That's 4 checks. If you swing, you know, 3 times with Cerberusmon, that's 6 checks. And then you go werewolf mode for game. Offensive plug-in is really fantastic. I went with 4 Lobomons just because this deck is super, super aggressive, and you can actually, by like turn 2, clear your opponent severely. I mean, to the point where they might not have any security left and very easily could go Lobomon for game. So I want to see that Lobomon by like turn 2 or 3 because it immediately comes into value. And if I draw multiples of it, it's okay because I need discard fodder anyway for the Tesla as well as the Cerberusmon. So just trashing some cards, not too big a deal. The Jellymon is probably the biggest like head scratcher, I would say, in the deck. Like, everything else makes sense. Tesla swings twice, Digimon swings twice. So why would I want Jellymon and not like the jamming, you know, the Demi Vmon that draws me a card? Because I'm doing all this discarding, you know, you would think I would want a lot of cards. It keeps coming back to 6,000 DP blockers are a menace to this deck. Absolute menace. Super frustrating to deal with. You pretty much always have to just lose whatever it is. I mean, the Cerberusmon, the Caesarmon, the Tesla Jellymon, the Vidramon, everything is 6k. And a single 6k blocker just like really shuts you down. So you pretty much always just have to lose whatever it is. Very, very annoying. The Jellymon, though, puts all of our level 4s up to 7k. Perfect. So I can get past any of those 6,000 DP blockers. Now that might be more of a tech for my particular locals where I know there are lots of 6,000 DP blockers. If you don't have to deal with a lot of those, then hey, drop the Jellymon and add the Devimons back in there for those draws. I honestly think once we get the next set with the Jellymon level 5, where you need 8 cards in hand to activate her ability, I think I will switch back to the Devimon for that format, just because I will need tons and tons of draws. I think having a really good hand is going to be super important for that format. Again, I can drop stuff like Cerberusmon for the new Jellymon level 5. I forget the name. I'm sorry. I can't remember what it is. But I can drop the Cerberusmon package, and that will open up, you know, a few more slots there to add other things. Something else to help get some draw power going for the deck, just to keep that the hand resources going, because the hand resources are actually super, super important. Psychmon, just a really cool tech for this format. Lots of Beelstar players floating around all over the place, and Death X's everywhere. So turning off Death X also very, very nice. Oh, and the Madoki is just there for like Alphamon, just shutting down Alphamon decks, and any other kind of random roguish decks that you might have to deal with memory gaining, playing against other blue decks, having to deal with Hammer Spark and Ice Wall and security. Madoki is just nice to have for those niche situations. I wanted 10 blue rookies in total. I like the Jellymons because it fits with most of my stuff. But if I've got a Caesarmon, I can just go Madoki and then go right into the Caesarmon in raising area like turn 1, and it's fine. I don't feel like I'm wasting a Jellymon underneath a Caesarmon. So Madoki's nice and versatile. You could add some other rookie in there, but I just feel like Madoki's in a really good position for this format. So that's why I went with that as my my rounding out my blue rookies.